Jazz. Just listen to the incredible sound. Jazz was officially born in the United States in the early 1900s and is still very much alive today and quite popular. So popular, in fact, that the entire month of April has been set aside to pay tribute and is known as Jazz Appreciation Month. When compared with other genres of music, jazz is typically the most difficult to define, but this is simply because it embraces so many different styles. In a nutshell, jazz is art, an original American art form. Rick Simmerly, an associate professor of music at a local college, offers us a brief jazz history lesson and discusses its origin.
It originated around the turn of the 20th century, right around 1900 in New Orleans, of course, and it was sort of an evolution of different styles of music, ragtime, gospel, blues, a lot of syncopation, African rhythms, European instruments, marching bands, funerals that would have small marching bands with them, and so it evolved from all of that, and really is America's only true art form that uses improvisation as a means of the main focus of the music.
Here are a few interesting details. First, I'm sure you hear words like cool, hip, or funky all the time, but as a matter of fact, these were originally jazz terms. This music has its own slang, kind of like we do here in the South. Also, without jazz, drummers for rock bands wouldn't have it so easy because it was jazz musicians who invented the drum set.
What impact has jazz had on other genres of music? Simmerly believes it has influenced every type of music.
I think it's influenced all genres of music. Jazz is sort of a melding of a lot of different styles, and such as, what I said earlier, ragtime and gospel, blues, and then later jazz such as bebop and what we call soul jazz, hard bop. Those genres of music were a melding of R&B, like Ray Charles, and they had a lot of elements of other music. And then of course Miles Davis took synthesizers, guitars, and created fusion. So I think all forms of music have been influenced by jazz.
Jazz music is close to the hearts of millions of people, and actual proof of this fact came in 1987 when Congress passed a bill designating jazz a national American treasure. I bet you didn't know that, but don't flip your lid over it, Daddy-O. That was just a little more jazz slang for you. Jazz enthusiasts are without a doubt extremely loyal and dedicated to the music they love. Simmerly explains this.
If you don't live it, it won't come out your horn. And I think a lot of people that are true jazz fans or have an affection for jazz are really into jazz, and they listen to it a lot and attend live concerts as much as possible, and it's just a part of their life.
Simmerly explains why someone who doesn't typically listen to jazz should give it a try and appreciate it.
It's America's only true art form, and it's America's music. Everything we have in the arts in America has either been borrowed from Europe or the Orient or Mexico, or that came from other countries, and that was born right here in the United States, and it's something that we should appreciate. The Smithsonian Institution started that JAM, they call it, Jazz Appreciation Month, in April several years ago, and it's a great time for schools and communities to emphasize jazz.
As U.S. citizens, we all want to support and celebrate things that are actually made in our country. Jazz was invented right here in America, and this mesmerizing music is still being made in America every day. So take a break from your busy life, relax, and enjoy the delightful sound of jazz music. But don't be surprised if you find yourself dancing. For BTN TV, Channel 16, I'm Emily Campbell.